Ever wondered why we bring Christmas trees into our homes during the holiday season? It's a question that might have crossed your mind as you've wrestled with a pine tree, trying not to drop it while navigating your way through the front door. Or perhaps, as you've adorned it with twinkling lights and shiny baubles, you've paused to ponder the purpose of this peculiar tradition. This common, yet intriguing custom that we lovingly uphold each year is steeped in mystery. A tradition that has been passed down from generation to generation, the festive Christmas tree has become an emblem of the holiday season. Yet for many of us, the origins of this practice remain a tantalizing enigma. The sight of the Christmas tree standing tall and proud in the living room, filled with glittering decorations and crowned with a star, has become as much a part of Christmas as Santa Claus and his reindeers. Its branches, heavy with ornaments, reach out like arms welcoming us into the festive season. Its scent, a fragrant mix of pine and winter, fills our homes with the unmistakable aroma of Christmas. And yet this tradition, as familiar as it is shrouded in mystery. How did it come to pass that every December we invite a tree indoors, decorate it with an array of colorful ornaments, and gather around it to celebrate the festive season? Perhaps you've heard whispers of its origins, stories of ancient civilizations who held the evergreen tree sacred, or tales of medieval plays that used the fir tree to tell the story of Adam and Eve. Maybe you've heard of a certain Martin Luther, the 16th century reformer, who, as legend has it, was so moved by the beauty of the stars shining through the trees that he brought a tree home to recreate the scene. But what is the truth behind these tales? How did the tradition of the Christmas tree come to be? And how has it evolved over the centuries, from a simple fir tree to the dazzling displays we see today? Stick around as we unravel the history and origins of the Christmas tree. The history of the Christmas tree dates back to ancient times. This isn't the tale of a couple of centuries ago. Oh no, we're going way back, to when pharaohs ruled Egypt and druids roamed the Celtic lands. Long before the concept of Christmas came into existence, ancient Egyptians held a deep reverence for evergreens. During the harsh winter months, when all other plants withered and died, these resilient trees remained green, symbolizing eternal life. The Egyptians would bring these green palm rushes into their homes as a reminder of the life that would return with the spring. Meanwhile, the ancient Romans, always up for a good festival, used evergreen branches, wreaths and garlands during their winter solstice celebration, Saturnalia. They adorned their homes and temples with these green boughs as a tribute to Saturn, the god of agriculture, hoping to encourage the return of his green crops with the coming of spring. Over in the Celtic lands, Druid priests also revered evergreens. They believed these trees to be magical because they didn't die off in the winter like other trees. They decorate their temples with evergreen boughs, which they saw as a symbol of everlasting life. But while all these cultures celebrated with evergreens, none of them actually brought a whole tree into the house. That particular tradition, as we know it today, with the twinkling lights and glittering ornaments, well, for that, we have to thank the Germans. Yes, it's true. The tradition of the indoor Christmas tree, decked out in all its festive glory, originated in Germany during the Renaissance period. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll dive more into that in the next scene. But it was the Germans who actually started the tradition we know today. So stay tuned as we journey to the land of pretzels and beer to discover how the Christmas tree tradition truly blossomed. In the 16th century, devout Christians in Germany started the tradition of decorating evergreen trees in their homes. Now, isn't that an intriguing start to our tale about Christmas trees and their German influence? Imagine the scene. It's the 1500s, the heart of the Renaissance. And all across Germany, families are bringing evergreen trees into their homes. But these aren't just any trees. These are carefully chosen fir trees, their branches laden with apples, nuts, and dates. It was a festive spectacle that began as a part of the Paradise plays performed on December 24th to celebrate Adam and Eve's Day. Now, let's shift our focus to a well-known character in our story, Martin Luther, the famous Protestant reformer. Legend has it that one crisp winter evening, Martin Luther was walking through a forest. As he strolled, he found himself utterly mesmerized by the stars twinkling through the evergreen trees. The sight was so beautiful, so serene, that it sparked a brilliant idea. Why not bring this starlit spectacle into homes during Christmas? Inspired, Luther decorated his indoor Christmas tree with candles, which he lit in honor of Christ's birth. This tradition of lighting candles on the Christmas tree, inspired by the stars themselves, was a sight to behold. It symbolized the light of Christ, bringing hope and joy into the homes of people. The German tradition gradually evolved, adding paper roses, communion wafers, sweets, and gingerbread to the trees, turning them into a grand spectacle of festivity and joy. However, like all good things, this tradition too took time to become universally accepted. The idea of bringing a tree into the house, let alone decorating it, was seen as peculiar by many outside of Germany. Despite the initial skepticism, the charm and allure of these beautifully adorned trees were hard to resist. The tradition was not instantly popular elsewhere. Yet, the beauty and symbolism of these decorated evergreen trees would soon cross borders, making their way into the hearts and homes of millions around the world, forever changing the way we celebrate Christmas. It took a while for the Christmas tree tradition to spread. Indeed, it was not until the 19th century that this beloved tradition reached the shores of Britain. This was largely thanks to Prince Albert, the German-born husband of Queen Victoria. Prince Albert was known for his love of his homeland's customs, and in 1841, he set up a Christmas tree at Windsor Castle. The sight of the royal family gathered around their tree, a sight made famous by an engraving published in the Illustrated London News, captivated the British public. And so, the Christmas tree tradition took root in Britain. Across the pond in America, the story was a bit different. The first recorded Christmas trees in America were set up by German immigrants in the 18th century. However, the tradition didn't really catch on until a century later, with the influx of more German immigrants in the 19th century. Yet it wasn't all smooth sailing for the Christmas tree in America. The Puritans, with their strict religious beliefs, initially resisted the tradition. They viewed Christmas trees as pagan symbols, and even passed laws banning their public display. But over time, the charm of the Christmas tree won over even the most steadfast of Puritans. In the 20th century, the Christmas tree tradition began to spread globally. From Russia to Brazil, from Japan to South Africa, families around the world embraced the joy of decorating their own Christmas trees. Each country added its own unique twist to the tradition, reflecting their local cultures and customs. In Australia, where December is a summer month, some people even decorate outdoor trees with Christmas lights. In Mexico, families often decorate their trees with intricate handcrafted ornaments. In India, mango or banana trees are sometimes decorated instead of fir trees. Through the centuries, the Christmas tree has not only survived, but thrived. It has crossed oceans, transcended cultures, and brought joy to millions. This humble tree, once a symbol of the winter solstice, has truly become a global symbol of Christmas joy. From there, the Christmas tree tradition took off. As the tradition spread, the Christmas tree began to evolve. From the early apples and candies that adorned the branches, the Christmas tree began to take on a new glimmer. As the tradition spread across Europe, glass blowers in Germany began to craft delicate baubles, which were soon hanging from the branches of trees across the continent. They twinkled in the candlelight, a sight to behold. But these glass creations were not the only change. Tinsel, that shimmering, glittering decoration that we love to drape over our trees, was also introduced. Originating in Germany in the early 17th century, tinsel was initially made of thin strips of real silver. Imagine that, a tree glittering with genuine silver. But the biggest change to the Christmas tree was yet to come. With the invention of electricity in the late 19th century, a whole new world of possibilities opened up. By the early 20th century, people began to replace the traditional candles on the tree with electric Christmas lights. This not only made the trees more magical and luminous, but also safer. The first electrically lit Christmas tree was introduced by Edward H. Johnson, an associate of inventor Thomas Edison. On a Christmas night in 1882, Johnson lit up a Christmas tree in his New York home with 80 hand-wired electric lights. It was a sight that changed the tradition forever. As the years rolled on, the evolution of the Christmas tree didn't stop. Artificial trees made their appearance, offering a more sustainable and less messy alternative to real trees. These came in all shapes, sizes, and even colors, providing a canvas for creativity and personal expression. Today, Christmas trees can be seen in various forms all over the world. From the traditional fir trees adorned with heirloom ornaments to avant-garde installations made of recycled materials, the Christmas tree has truly evolved. It has grown from a simple tradition into a universal symbol of the holiday season, a beacon of joy, love, and the spirit of giving. There's more to Christmas trees than meets the eye. They're not just about the twinkling lights, the shimmering ornaments, or the star perched atop. These festive giants hold a treasure trove of fascinating facts that might surprise you. Let's start with size. The tallest Christmas tree ever recorded was a Douglas fir that towered a whopping 221 feet high. That's as tall as a 22-story building. This towering tree was displayed at the Northgate Shopping Center in Seattle, Washington, in the year 1950. Imagine the ladder you'd need to top that tree with a star. Now, let's talk about the most expensive Christmas tree. The Emirates Palace in Abu Dhabi holds this record, showcasing a tree adorned with precious jewels worth over $11 million in 2010. Adorned with more than 181 items of jewelry, this tree was a sight to behold. And how about the Christmas tree with the most lights? This record goes to Universal Studios Japan, which, in 2015, decorated a tree with over 594,000 lights. It was a dazzling spectacle that turned night into day. But it's not just about breaking records. Some Christmas trees are quite the travelers. Did you know that every year, Norway gifts a Christmas tree to the United Kingdom as a thank you for their help during the Second World War? This tree is displayed in London's Trafalgar Square and is a heartwarming symbol of enduring friendship. And here's a fun one for you. The tradition of decorating Christmas trees originated from Germany, but the first artificial Christmas trees weren't made from plastic or metal. They were actually made from dyed goose feathers. Quite the fashion statement, wasn't it? These facts add to the charm and fascination of the Christmas tree tradition. They remind us that behind every twinkling light and sparkling ornament, there's a story waiting to be told. So, the next time you're gathered around your Christmas tree, remember, there's more to it than meets the eye. Some Christmas trees have gained fame over the years, becoming as iconic as the Christmas season itself. Let's take a trip around the world to visit 3 of the most famous Christmas trees. First stop, New York City. The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree is an essential part of Christmas in the Big Apple. Every year, a Norway spruce, typically between 75 and 90 feet tall, is chosen to grace the plaza. The tree is adorned with over 50,000 multicolored lights and topped with a 300-pound Swarovski crystal star. The tree lighting ceremony, a spectacle of music and festivities, draws thousands of spectators and is broadcasted live across the world. Next, we hop across the pond to London's Trafalgar Square. Since 1947, Norway has gifted the UK a towering Christmas tree as a token of gratitude for British support during World War II. This symbol of enduring friendship is decorated in traditional Norwegian style, with vertical strings of energy-efficient lights. Our final destination takes us to the heart of the United States, the White House. The National Christmas tree has been a staple of Washington, D.C.'s holiday celebrations since 1923. Each year, the tree is illuminated by the president in a ceremony attended by thousands. The tree, a living Colorado blue spruce, is decorated with handcrafted ornaments from across the country, symbolizing the unity and diversity of the American people. These iconic trees are a testament to the enduring tradition of Christmas trees. They stand tall and bright, bringing joy and unity, embodying the spirit of the season. They remind us that, no matter where we are in the world, the magic of Christmas is a shared experience. These trees, in their magnificence and splendor, have become symbols of hope and celebration, illuminating the heart of the holiday season. Christmas tree decorations have come a long way since the first apples and candles. Today, decorating trends are as diverse and unique as the people who embrace them, reflecting personal tastes, traditions, and even the spirit of the times. In the past few years, we've seen a shift towards more sustainable, eco-friendly decorations. Handmade ornaments crafted from natural materials like wood, felt, and dried fruits are making a big comeback, nodding to the tradition's roots while keeping an eye on the future. Then there's the minimalist trend. Picture a tree decorated with just a handful of carefully chosen ornaments, allowing the natural beauty of the tree to shine through. The emphasis here is on quality over quantity, and the result is a clean, modern aesthetic that's incredibly chic. On the other end of the spectrum, we have the maximalist trend. This style is all about abundance and extravagance, with trees dripping with ornaments, ribbons, and lights. It's a feast for the eyes, bringing a sense of magic and wonder that's hard to resist. Themed trees are another popular trend. These trees are decorated around a specific motif, such as winter wonderland, rustic farmhouse, or even pop culture themes like Harry Potter or Star Wars. It's a playful and creative way to express one's personality and passions. Of course, the classic red and green color scheme is always a favorite. It's a timeless look that evokes nostalgia and warmth, and it's a comforting sight in many homes around the world. And let's not forget about the trend of incorporating family heirloom ornaments and keepsakes. These special pieces tell a story, adding a personal and sentimental touch that makes the tree truly one's own. In the end, it doesn't matter whether you prefer a minimalist or a maximalist approach, whether you opt for a traditional color scheme or a quirky theme. The most important thing is that the tree reflects who you are and brings joy to you and your loved ones. After all, no matter how you choose to decorate it, the Christmas tree remains a beloved holiday symbol. From ancient symbolism to modern spectacle, the Christmas tree has come a long way. Indeed, it's been a fascinating journey, hasn't it? We've uncovered how this mysterious tradition began in the depths of the ancient world, with people bringing evergreen boughs into their homes during the winter solstice. They were symbols of life and hope in the midst of the coldest and darkest days. We've seen how the roots of our modern Christmas tree tradition are firmly planted in Germany. It was there that the first Christmas trees were decorated with apples, nuts, and other treats. This German influence spread across the globe, bringing the tradition to people in all corners of the world. And oh, the variety of Christmas trees around the world, from the towering spruces of Norway to the humble Pohutukawa tree in New Zealand. Each culture has added its unique touch to this global tradition. We've also traced the evolution of Christmas trees, from the simple greenery of ancient times to the glittering spectacle of lights, baubles, and tinsel we see today. And let's not forget those interesting facts about Christmas trees. Who would have guessed that the tallest Christmas tree ever was over 200 feet tall? Of course, we've also paid homage to some of the world's most famous Christmas trees. The majestic Norway spruce in Rockefeller Center, the stunningly decorated trees in the White House, and the awe-inspiring trees at Disneyland. All of these trees have their own stories to tell. And finally, we've explored the ever-changing trends in Christmas tree decoration. From the classic red and green to the whimsical and the avant-garde, each year brings new ideas for us to express our holiday spirit. So next time you gather around the Christmas tree, you'll know the rich history behind this sparkling tradition. It's not just a tree, but a symbol of unity, hope, and joy that connects us with centuries of human history. Now, isn't that something to celebrate?